Um, Speaking of Russell Westbrook, man. So we all know it didn't pan out so well in LA. He kept getting called uh, Westbrook more and more often as the season went on. People were blaming him for a lot of things, but honestly, it wasn't never a great fit for him in LA with the because he's more ball dominant. LeBron needs the ball in his hand. Russ isn't an off the ball player like that. But it's a report that he possibly could end up in Charlotte. Because Charlotte is looking to pay Miles Bridges and get rid of that Gordon Hayward contract needs to be done. Um, it would make that an ideal situation to get Miles signed up and free up some future money, and possibly Terry Rozier getting shipped out as well to LA. How do you feel about Russ coming to Charlotte?
This is simple one. This is a simple one for me. It's a super no, man. And I feel like anybody who is looking at our franchise will tell you this is a simple no. And I'm gonna keep it quick. I'm not because I want to hear what you have to say about it. Lamelo is the first real piece that we have gotten here in Charlotte. When I say that, I mean a guy that we acquired through the draft, a guy that could be your guy, and seems to show all the skills, the confidence, the charisma of a franchise guy. I am not, and he's young. Let's keep that in mind. He's young. I'm not going to bring in a guy who has proven himself to be ball dominant and say, "Hey, I'm gonna take the ball out of my new guy, meaning Lamelo's hands." I just feel like you're putting all the variables in place for something bad to happen. And to me, the worst thing that can happen is Lamelo not re-signing when his contract is up. Of course, he's on rookie contract right now. He's not going anywhere. But at some point, he's going to have a decision that he can't make. And these are the type of things that those players think about when it's time to make that decision. Let's be clear and let's not show any back and forth. LaMelo's our guy. I'm not bringing in a guy that could possibly compromise that. What do you think? You think Charlotte should bring in Westbrook?
Man, I would be very hesitant. LA, that package, I need some picks in that, bro. I at least need one first round pick. But then again, they're getting a player in Gordon Hayward that's not available. But they're also getting a guy who is a proven scorer in Terry Rozier and a knockdown shooter, which is a guy who would thrive with LeBron and AD in LA. So I mean, when you look at it, I mean, I kind of share those same concerns with you. You're taking the ball out your best player's hands at the moment in LaMelo Ball. Unless Russ is cool with coming off the bench, I mean, you gotta take a look at it that way. But I'm with you. I mean, that's sure we haven't had a guy like this in a while. I mean, shout out to Kemba Walker. He was a franchise guy, but when you talk about somebody that has the charisma of a Cam Newton and the confidence as a Kobe Bryant, you got to look no further than a guy like LaMelo Ball. And so, with all that being said, I don't think his Russ being in that locker room would hurt him. I just think it would maybe hurt his play, but also I think it would also maybe take him to another level, bro. Maybe take Russ to another level. But that would not be the ideal scenario, honestly. But I see why they would make that move. I'm not mad at it for a 1 year deal. Give us the first round draft pick. We get rid of Hayward. I would like us to keep Rozier, but I understand why they're doing it. Russell, I mean, we don't have to pack in seats, bro. I mean, we got LaMelo, we got Miles Bridges. So I like our team, but it's definitely it would concern me. I don't want to force a trade that doesn't have to be done. I feel like possibly look at Indiana and see if Indiana is willing to give us Miles Turner with Gordon and see if we can work out a contract that way, and possibly maybe we have to give up maybe one of our younger rookies from last year in that trade just to get rid of Gordon's contract. But I 100% agree with you. Like, do you really want to pair those two together? But the only thing I see that works out, bro, Russ had success with D'Antoni. D'Antoni loves to play small ball. He's gonna make sure it has space on the floor, and that's what happened. But it's not my ideal fit. We need to address areas of needs, man, like getting a big man who can defend, get more defenders and shooters on the team, other than getting rid of Gordon Hayward contract.
If LeBron James couldn't motivate you to be less ball dominant, to kind of work on your game, play off ball, LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets aren't going to motivate you to do it either. Like, I hate to say it like that, but I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's Russ is stuck in Russ's ways, and we just don't need that energy around Charlotte. But I do get the D'Antoni. That does make me feel like, man, they really might pull the trigger on both of these. D'Antoni move as a coach and go ahead and, work on the cap space and pick up Russ. I guess
Yeah.
I like you said, I wouldn't like to see it, but hey, it's the NBA. We know how things work.
Entertainment, man. And like I said, he's a Jordan Brand guy. And with Dan Tony,
Mm-hmm.
Dan Tony might say, "Hey, man, I'm familiar with them. If this is what we need for more future cap flexibility, and then we can next summer we can have the cap room to go out there and get another star." And that's where it gets tricky. If that frees up enough money for us to go out and get another max player to pair with Lamelo and Miles, then you kind of got to take a look. You got to take a look at like how it might be worth the risk. But I mean, speaking of Dan Tony, man, how do you